Our world is changing, fast. We face complex challenges, and we need leaders who understand this complexity. Leaders who don't just tolerate difference, but champion it. That's where inclusive leadership comes in. It's not just a nice to have, it's a must-have. Why? Because inclusive leadership unlocks the potential of every individual. It creates environments where everyone feels seen, heard, and valued. This kind of leadership acknowledges the richness that diversity brings to our workplaces, our communities, and our world. It recognizes that our differences are not something to fear, but something to celebrate. So, what exactly is inclusive leadership? In simple terms, it's leadership that embraces diversity and fosters a sense of belonging. Inclusive leaders create spaces where everyone feels safe to speak up, share their ideas, and contribute their unique talents. They understand that a team is stronger when every voice is heard. They actively seek out different perspectives and encourage healthy debate. They don't shy away from difficult conversations, but approach them with empathy and respect. Why does this matter? Because when people feel like they belong, they're more engaged, more productive, and more likely to thrive. Inclusive leadership isn't just good for individuals, it's good for business. Think about some of the most innovative and successful companies out there. What do they have in common? Often, it's a commitment to diversity and inclusion. Companies with diverse leadership teams and workforces are more profitable and innovative. They're better equipped to understand and serve diverse customer bases. Take, for example, a tech company that embraced diversity in its engineering teams. By bringing together people from different backgrounds and with different experiences, they were able to develop a groundbreaking product that addressed a wider range of user needs. Their success wasn't just about diversity, it was about leveraging diversity to drive innovation. What makes an inclusive leader? It's not about fitting a certain mold. It's about cultivating specific qualities and committing to ongoing learning and growth. Here are some key traits of inclusive leaders. Empathy. They can understand and share the feelings of others. They listen actively and try to see things from different perspectives. Courage. They're willing to challenge the status quo and speak up against injustice. They're not afraid to have difficult conversations. Humility. They recognize they don't have all the answers. They're open to learning from others and acknowledge their own biases. Authenticity. They're true to themselves and encourage others to do the same. They create a safe space for vulnerability and authenticity. These traits are interconnected and work together to create a leadership style that is both powerful and compassionate. Inclusive leadership isn't just about good intentions. It's about taking concrete actions to create more equitable and just environments. So how do we put these principles into practice? Here are a few practical tips. Start with yourself. Reflect on your own biases and how they might be affecting your interactions with others. Be open to feedback and be willing to learn and grow. Create a culture of belonging. Foster an environment where everyone feels safe to be themselves. Encourage open dialogue and create opportunities for people to connect with each other. Promote equity, not just equality. Recognize that not everyone starts from the same place. Provide support and resources to address systemic barriers and level the playing field. Celebrate differences. Encourage the sharing of diverse perspectives and experiences. Create opportunities for people to learn from each other. Remember, building an inclusive culture is an ongoing journey, not a destination. It requires consistent effort and a willingness to learn and adapt along the way. The impact of inclusive leadership extends far beyond the workplace. When we create inclusive environments, we contribute to a more just and equitable society as a whole. When people feel valued and respected, they're more likely to treat others with kindness and compassion. Imagine a world where everyone feels a sense of belonging, regardless of their background, identity, or beliefs. A world where everyone has the opportunity to reach their full potential. This is the transformative power of inclusive leadership. Embracing vulnerability and courage. Leading with inclusion requires vulnerability. It means acknowledging that we don't have all the answers, that we will make mistakes, and that we need to be open to feedback. It takes courage to challenge the status quo and speak up against injustice, even when it's uncomfortable. But here's the thing about vulnerability and courage. They're contagious. When we, as leaders, are willing to show up authentically and embrace our imperfections, we give others permission to do the same. Overcoming challenges, building bridges. The journey toward inclusion isn't always easy. There will be challenges, setbacks, and difficult conversations along the way. We might encounter resistance to change, unconscious bias, and even outright discrimination. In these moments, it's important to remember why we're doing this work. It's about creating a better world for ourselves, for our children, and for generations to come. It's about building bridges of understanding and connection across difference. The transformative power of belonging. When we create a culture of belonging, we unlock something truly powerful. We unleash the full potential of individuals and teams. We foster innovation, creativity, and collaboration. We create a ripple effect of positive change that extends far beyond ourselves. Belonging is not about fitting in. It's about being accepted for who we are, quirks and all. It's about knowing that our voices matter and that we have something valuable to contribute. Leading with heart. A call to action. The world needs more inclusive leaders. Leaders who lead with courage, compassion, and a deep commitment to creating a more just and equitable world. This isn't someone else's work. It's the work of our time. We can all be agents of change, no matter our role or position. Start by asking yourself, what can I do today to create a more inclusive environment? How can I use my voice to advocate for those who are marginalized and unheard? How can I show up with more empathy, courage, and authenticity in my interactions with others? The journey starts with each of us. Let's lead with heart, embrace our differences, and build a world where everyone feels a sense of belonging.